Hi, good morning, all of you. My name is B. Srinivaslu, Department of Mechanical Engineering, DBS Institute of Technology at Kavali. Okay, today I am going to the simple trusses and stains. Okay, this is the unit number 1, Mechanics of Materials, second is subject. Okay, trusses and stains. Last class I will explain the trusses and different types of trusses and stains, different types of strains and models of elasticities, the relation between the elasticities and truss strain curves and ductile materials and brittle materials and plastic materials, the properties of the materials. I can explain all of you, all these. Okay. Today I am going to small problems on trusses and strains and bars of varying cross sections. Okay. This is the problem number 1. Okay. The safe truss per a hollow steel column which carries an axial load of 2.1 into 10 cube kilonewton is 125 meganewton per meter square if the external diameter of the column is 30 centimeters. Determine the internal diameter. Okay, this is the problem. In this problem, first of all, to write down the given data. Safe truss. Okay, sigma equal to 125 mega Newton per meter square, that equal to 125 into 10 power of 6 Newton per meter square. Next, axial load P equal to 2.1 into 10 cube kilonewtons, that equal to 2.1 into 10 power of 6 newtons. Okay, this is the axial load. Next, external diameter. External diameter means capital D equal to 30 centimeters is converted into the meters, 0.30 meters. Let small d is the internal diameter. Okay, this is the given data. Next, the area of cross section of the column. Area of cross section of the column. Okay, that equal to A equal to pi by 4 into D square. Okay, in this problem, D equal to capital D minus small d. Okay, in this problem, D equal to capital D minus small d. Therefore, A equal to pi by 4 into capital D square minus small d square. Therefore, pi by 4 equal to capital D means 30 or 0.30 meters. Okay, minus small d square. Okay, this is the meter square. Okay, next, sigma equal to P by A, stress equal to load by unit cross sectional area. Sigma equal to P by A. In this problem, sigma equal to 125 into 10 power of 6, that equal to P means 2.1 into 10 power of 6 divided by area means pi by 4 into 0.30 square minus d square. In this equation, to calculate the small diameter, okay, 0.30 square minus d square equal to 4 into 2.1 into 10 power of 6 divided by pi into 125 into 10 power of 6. Okay. Therefore, 0.09 minus d square equal to 213.9. Okay, that equal to small d. Small d value is root of 0.09 minus 0.02139, that equal to 0.2619 meters. Okay, the meters is converted into the centimeters. That value is 26.19 centimeters. This is the problem number 1. First of all, to read the problem. Next, to write down the given data. Next, we can calculate the small diameter. Next, this is the problem number 2. A stepper bar as shown in figure. This is the important problem. A stepper bar as shown in figure is subjected to an axially applied compressive load of 35 kilonewtons. Find the maximum and minimum stresses produced. Okay, a, a stepper bar as shown in figure. Okay, as shown in the figure, two steps. First step is 3 centimeter diameter. Next step is 2 centimeter diameter. The load is applying 35 kilonewtons. Okay, this load is compressive load. Okay, find the maximum and minimum stresses produced. Hmm. Next, we can write down the first of all given data. Axial load means P equal to 35 kilonewtons. That equal to 35 into 10 cube newtons. Diameter of upper part. Okay, diameter of upper part D1 equal to 2 centimeters. That equal to 20 mm. Next, area of the upper part A1 equal to pi by 4 into D square. That equal to 100 into pi mm square. Next, area of the lower part. Okay, area of the lower part. A2 equal to pi by 4 into D2 square. D2 means area of the diameter of the lower part 3 centimeters, that is converted into the mm 30 mm. Therefore, A2 equal to pi by 4 into D2 square. D2 value is 30. Therefore, pi by 4 into 30 square, that equal to 225 mm square. The stress is equal to load divided by area, hence stress will be maximum where area is minimum. The stress will be maximum where area is minimum. Hence, stress will be maximum is upper part and minimum in lower part. Maximum stress equal to load by cross-sectional area. The load means 35 into 10 cube divided by 100 into pi, the maximum stress. Okay, that equal to 111.408 Newton for mm square. This is the maximum truss. Okay, next, minimum truss load by cross sectional area. This is the area A2. Okay, load means 35 into 10 cube divided by 2225 into 5, that equal to 49.5146 Newton for mm square. This is the minimum truss. Okay, in this problem to calculate the maximum and minimum trusses produced. Okay, next, this is the analysis of bars of varying cross sections. A bar of different length. Okay, a bar of different length and different diameters and different cross sectional areas as shown in figure. Let this bar is subjected to an axial load P as shown in figure. First step, second step, and third step. Section 1, the diameter is D1, length is L1, A is A1. Section 2, the diameter is D2, area is A2, length is L2. Next, section 3, area is A3, diameter is D3, length is L3. The load is applied on both sides P. Okay, through each sections is subjected to the as the same axial load. Okay, each sections the subjected to the axial load of same. At the trusses and stains, the change in length will be different. Okay, we can the applied trusses and stains are different, and change in length will be different. The total change in length will be obtained by adding the changes in the length of individual sections. Okay, next, P is the axial load acting on the bar. L1 is the length of the section 1. A1 is the area of the section 1. L2, A2 length and cross sectional area of the section 2. L3, A3 length and cross sectional area of the section 3. Next, E equal to Young's modulus of the bar. Okay, the stresses at section 1. Okay, first of all we can calculate the stresses. Stress means load by cross-sectional area. Okay, stress means load by cross-sectional area. Load equal to P. The cross-sectional area means A1. Okay, next similarly, the stresses are for the section 2 and section 3 is given sigma 2 equal to P by A2, sigma 3 equal to P by A3. These three are the stresses at section 1, stresses at section 2, stresses at section 3. Next, the strains in different sections are obtained. Strains of section 1, strain of section 1. The Young's modulus of elasticity equal to the stress by strain. Therefore, strain equal to stress by Young's modulus of elasticity. In this section 1, strain equal to sigma 1 equal to epsilon 1 equal to sigma 1 by E, that equal to P by A. P by A means stress equal to P by A. E means the Young's modulus of elasticity. The strain section 1 equal to అంటే epsilon 1 equal to P by A1 E1. Next, similarly, section 2 and section 3 are the strains are E2 equal to or epsilon 2 equal to P by A2E and epsilon 3 equal to P by A3E. A3E. But strain in section change in length by original length. Strain in section change in length by original length. Epsilon 1 equal to dl1 by l1. Okay, dl1 is the change in length of the section 1. Change in length of the section 1, dl1 equal to e into l1. Therefore, e value is already above calculated. E1 equal to P by A1E. E1 value is substituted in this equation. DL1 equal to PL1 by A1E. Okay, similarly, the change in length of the section 1, 2 and section 3 are obtained as change in length of section 2. TL2 equal to E2L2. Okay, therefore that equation is PL2A2E. Next, section 3, PL3A3E. Total change in length of the bar equal to DL. Total change in length that equal to DL1 plus DL2 plus DL3. The DL1 means PL1 by A1A plus PL2A2E plus PL3 by A3E. Okay, in this equation, P and E are common term. Okay, P and E into L1 by A1 plus L2 by A2 plus L3 by A3. Okay, next, this equation, Young's modulus of elasticity of different sections is same. If the Young's modulus of elasticity section is different, then the change in length of the is given by okay above equation dl equal to p by e into l1 by a1 plus l2 by a2 plus l3 by a3. In this equation, the Young's modulus of elasticity is the same in all three sections. In next, delta l equal to p into l1 by e1 a1 plus L2 by E2 A2 plus L3 by E3 A3. In this equation, Young's modulus of elasticity is vary in three sections. Okay, this is the bars of varying cross sections to determine the change in length of the body equation. Okay, delta L equal to PL by AE. Delta L equal to PL by AE. PL by AE. P is the load. L is the length of the rod. A is the area of the cross section. E is the Young's modulus of elasticity. Okay, next. This is the problem number 1 of the bars of varying cross sections. Axial load of 35,000 newtons is acting on a bar consisting of 3 consisting of 3 lengths as shown in figure. Young's modulus equal to 2.1 into 10 power of 5 Newton per mm square. Determine trusses in each section and total extension of the bar. Okay, determine trusses in each section. Second one is total extension of the bar. In this figure, section 1 diameter is 2 centimeters. Section 2 diameter is 3 centimeters. Section 3 diameter is 5 centimeters. Okay, section 1 length is 20 centimeters. Section 2 25. Section 3 22. Axial load of 35,000 newtons. Okay, this is the problem. Okay, in this given data is axial pull P equal to 35 newtons, 35,000 newtons. The length of the section 1 L1 equal to 20 centimeters, that equal to 20 mm. The diameter of the section 1 equal to 1 D1 equal to 20 centimeters, so that equal to 20 mm. Next, the area of section 1 A1 equal to pi by 4 into D square. D means 20. Okay, that equal to 100 pi mm square. Next, same as length of the section 2 equal to L2, that equal to 25 centimeters, that equal to 250 mm. Next, diameter of the section 2 equal to D2, that equal to 3 centimeters, that equal to 30 mm. Next, area of the section 2 equal to A2, that equal to pi by 4 into D square, that equal to 225 pi mm square. Okay, length of the section 3 L3 equal to 22 centimeters, that equal to 220 mm. Next, diameter of the section 3 equal to D3, that equal to 5 centimeters, that equal to 50 mm. Okay, next area of the section 3 equal to A3 equal to pi by 4 into D square, that equal to 625 mm square. Next, the Young's modulus of velocity E equal to 2.1 into 10 power of 5 Newton per mm square. This is the given data. Next, we can calculate the trusses in each section. Trusses in each section. Trusses in section 1, sigma 1 equal to axial load by area of cross section 1, P by A1. P equal to 35,000 by A equal to 100 pi, that equal to 111.408 Newton per mm square. Next, sigma 2, that equal to P by A2, that equal to 35,000 by 225 into pi, that equal to 49.5146 Newton per mm square. Next, trusses in section 3 that equal to P by A3. That equal to 35,000 by 625 into pi, that equal to 17.825 Newton per mm square. Okay, trusses in each section. So trusses in section 1 equal to 111.408 Newton per mm square. Trusses in section 2 equal to 49.5146 Newton per mm square. Trusses in section 3 17.825 Newton per mm square. The total extension of the bar. Okay, the total extension delta L equal to P by A into L1 by A1 plus L2 by A2 plus L3 by A3. In this equation, P value, E value, L1, A1, L2, A2, L3, A3 values are substituted. Okay. Next, we can calculate the total extension equal to 0.183 mm. Okay. Next problem. A member formed by connecting a steel bar to an aluminum bar is as shown in figure. Assuming that the bars are prevented from buckling sideways, calculate the magnitude of force P that will cause the total length of the member to decrease 0.25 mm. The values of elastic modulus of steel and aluminum are 2.1 into 10 power of 6 Newton per mm square and 7.7 into 10 power of 4 Newton per mm square respectively. Given data. The length of the bar L1 equal to 30 centimeters, that equal to 300 mm. Okay, as shown in figure. This is the figure. Okay, first section 30 centimeters length, next section 38 centimeters length. Okay, the compressive load is acting. Okay, steel bar, the cross sectional area 5 centimeters into 5 centimeters. Okay, next to aluminum bar 10 centimeters into 10 centimeters. The area of the steel bar A equal to 5 into 5, 25 centimeters square, that equal to 250 mm square. The elastic modulus of the bar E1 equal to 2.1 into 10 power of 5 Newton per mm square. Next, the length of the aluminum bar L2 equal to 38 centimeters, that equal to 380 mm. Next, area of the aluminum bar A2 equal to 10 into 10, that equal to 100 centimeters square. Okay. Next, the elastic modulus of aluminum bar is E2 equal to 7 into 10 power of 4 Newton per mm square. Next, the total decrease in the length dl equal to 0.25 mm. P is required force. Okay. Therefore, the equation is change in length dl equal to P by P into L1 by E1 A1 plus L2 by E2 A2. Okay. Delta L equal to 0.25, that equal to P into 300 by 2.1 into 10 power of 5 into 2500 plus 380 by 7 into 10 power of 4 into 10,000. Okay. Therefore, to calculate the P value is 224.37 kilonewtons. Okay. In this problem, to calculate the P value. Okay. Magnitude of force F is calculated in this problem. The F is calculated, that value is 224.37 kilonewtons. Next, this is the another problem. The bar as shown in figure subject to a tensile load of 160 kilonewtons if the truss in the middle portion is limited. Okay, 150 Newton per mm square. Determine the diameter of the middle portion. Find also the length of the middle portion if the total elongation of the bar is to be 0.2 mm. Young's modulus is given, that equal to 2.1 into 10 power of 5 Newton per mm square. Given data. The tensile load, that equal to P equal to 160 kilonewton 160 into 10 kilonewtons. So stresses in middle portion sigma 2 equal to 150 Newton per mm square. Total elongation dl equal to 0.2 mm. The total length of the bar, that equal to L equal to 30 centimeter 40 centimeters, that equal to 400 mm. The Young's modulus E equal to 2.1 into 10 power of 5 Newton per mm square. Diameter of both end portions D1 equal to 6 centimeters, that equal to 60 mm. Area of cross section on the both portion A1 equal to pi by 4 into D square, that equal to 900 pi mm square. As shown in the figure, the load is applying on the tensile load 160 kilonewtons. So the part 1 6 centimeters diameter and last portion is 6 centimeters diameter. Okay. D2 is the diameter of the middle portion, L2 is the middle portion length, and length of both end portions of the bar L1 equal to 400 minus L2. Okay, trusses equal to load by area. Okay, the middle portion sigma 2 equal to P by A2. Okay, sigma 2 equal to 150 equal to 160,000 divided by 5 by 4 into T square. In this equation, to calculate the D2 value is, that equal to 3.685 centimeters. Okay, the area of cross section of the middle portion A3 equal to pi by 4 into 36.85, that equal to 1066 mm square. Okay, the total extension DL equal to P by E into L1 by A1 plus L2 by A2. Okay, 0.2 equal to P value and E value, L1 value and A1 value, L2 value and A2 value substituted in this equation. Therefore, L1 equal to 400 into 400 minus L2. Okay, A2 equal to 1066. Okay, in this equation, to calculate the L2 value, that value is 20.714 centimeters. Okay, 207.14 mm. This is the problem, bars of area in cross section. So next, this is the another problem. A bar of having cross sectional area 1000 mm square is subjected to a axial pull of as shown in figure. Okay, this is the bar A, B, C, D. Okay, AB is the section 1, BC is the section 2, CD is the section 3. Okay, the different types of loads are acting, and 50 kilonewtons, 80 kilonewtons, and 20 kilonewtons, and 10 kilonewtons. The AB portion length is 600 mm, BC portion length is 1000 mm, and CD portion length is 1200 mm. Okay, find the elongation of the bar. Take E equal to 1.05 into 10 power of 5 Newton per mm square. Okay, in this problem, the area A equal to 1000 mm square, E equal to 1.05 into 10 power of 5 Newton per mm square, delta L equal to total elongation of the bar. Okay, this figure is divided into three portions: AB, BC, and BD. AB portion is 50 kilonewtons and 50 kilonewtons tensile forces, and BC portion is 20 kilonewtons and 20 kilonewtons compressive forces, and BD portion is 10 kilonewtons and 10 kilonewtons compressive portion. So, okay, this part is subjected to tensile load of 50 kilonewtons, hence there will be increase in the length. Okay, P1 by AE into L1, P equal to 50, L1 equal to 1000, A equal to 1000 into 1.05 into 10 power of 5 into 600. Okay, that equal to 0.2857. Part BC equal to P2 by AE into L2. Okay, this is the 0.1904. Part BD is the 10 kilonewtons and or 10,000 newtons. So P3 by AE into L3. That value is 0.2095. The total elongation of the bar 0.2857 minus 0.1904 minus 0.2095. In this, positive sign for increase in the length and negative sign for decrease in the length. Okay, 0.2857 is the tensile load and 0.1904 is the compressive load. 0.2095 is the compressive load. Okay, in this equation 0.1142 mm. Okay, the negative sign that there will be decrease in the length of the bar. Okay, అంటే 0.1142 mm is decrease in the length of the bar. Next, this is the another problem as shown in the figure. Calculate the forces P2 necessary for equilibrium if P1 equal to 45, P3 equal to 450 kilonewtons and P4 equal to 130 kilonewtons. The Young's modulus of velocity equal to 2.1 into 10 power of 5 Newton per mm square. As shown in the figure, length section 1 length equal to 120 centimeters, section 2 60 centimeters, section 3 90 centimeters, section 1 area is 625 mm square, section 3 area is 2500 mm square, section 3 is 1250 mm square. Okay, given data part AB area equal to 625, L1 equal to 120, that equal to 1200. Part BC area equal to A2, length equal to L2. Area means 2500, L2 means 60 centimeter, that equal to 600 mm. Area A3 equal to 12.0 mm square. Next, length equal to 90 centimeter, that equal to 900 mm. E equal to 2.1 into 10 power of 5 Newton per mm square. Therefore, resolving the equations by acting of the forces towards the right to those acting on the towards left. P1 plus P3 equal to P2 plus P4. Okay, P1 equal to 45 kilonewtons, P3 equal to 450 kilonewtons, P4 equal to 130 kilonewtons. Therefore, 45 plus 450 equal to P2 plus 130. That equal to P2 value is 365 kilonewtons. The forces of 365 kilonewtons is acting on the B is split into two forces, 45 kilonewtons and 320 kilonewtons. 365 minus 45 equal to 320. Okay, the forces of 450 kilonewtons is acting on C. The split into two forces that equal to 220 and 130 kilonewtons, that equal to 450 minus 320, that equal to 130 as shown in the figure. Okay, this is the problem number split into three parts. Part 1 is the tensile load, 45 kilonewtons is acting on the both sides. Next figure BC is the 320 kilonewtons is acting on the both sides compressive load. Next CD is the 130 kilonewtons is acting on the tensile loads. Okay. First of all, we can calculate the delta L, అంటే increasing length of the AB and decreasing length of the BC and increasing length of the CD calculated. Delta L equal to PL by AE. First portion P by A1 E into L1, that value is calculated, that equal to 0.4114 mm. Next part BCE value is 0.3657 mm. Next CD is 0.4914 mm. Okay, these three values are calculated. Okay, these three values are calculated. Next, total change in length is 0.4114 minus 0.3657 plus 0.4457. That value is 0.4914 is extension. Okay, positive sign means extension, negative sign means decrease in length. Okay, this is the problem. Any doubts in problem, please call me. Okay. In this video, I can explain the bars of varying cross sections. So, okay, derivation delta L equal to PL by AE, PL by AE. In this bars having two sections and three sections and four sections are available. Different types of sections are available. Different length and different areas and different Young's modulus of elasticity. So, okay, by modify the equation PL by AE. L is different, L1, L2, L3. Next to A is different, A1, A2, A3 are substituted in that equation. The basic equation is delta L equal to PL by AE. Change the change in length, the extension of the length delta L equal to PL by AE derivation, and solve the simple problems on bars of varying cross section. So, and simple trusses and simple tensions to solve the small problems.